Okay, good evening, all. Am I audible? Am I audible? Can someone confirm that
Yes,
I'm
sir, you're
audible?
audible.
Okay, thank you. So, welcome to this live class of our NPTEL course, Foundations of Virtual Reality. All the three instructors, myself, Dr. Manivannan, and Dr. Anna LaValle, and Dr. Steve LaValle, all three of us are here in this first live class. Dr. Steve LaValle will speak to you first, and then Dr. Anna LaValle will speak, and then I will give a very short introduction to our activities in India. Both Professor Steve LaValle and Anna LaValle are joining from University of Oulu, Finland. They come from very rich experience of industry, particularly in AR, VR. You all must have heard Oculus headsets. They are the founders, co-founders, and the co-inventors of this Oculus headset. This headset is the most popular as of now, which under the brand of Meta. So all the fundamentals of how to design a headset, what goes into it, what are the human factors goes into it, all those things is what this course is about. They will share their experience of now, their short introduction to our course now. Professor Steve LaValle, the stage is yours. Thank you. Professor Steve LaValle or Anna LaValle. Yeah, Professor Anna LaValle or Steve LaValle, please go ahead. The stage is yours. We are unable to hear Dr. Anna LaValle.
Sir, Madhi here. Sorry to interrupt.
Madhi, Professor Anna
Uh,
LaValle is waiting for somebody to start
yes,
the
sir.
meeting,
I'm
it
on it,
seems.
sir. I'm on it, sir.
Okay, so while waiting for Professor Anna and Steve LaValle, we have a very small update which I wanted to discuss with all of you. There is another course, Swayam course, NPTEL course, one of our colleagues from IIT Mandi is offering. It is Swayam CS 186. The title of the course is Mobile Virtual Reality and Artificial Intelligence. So it's a completely application-oriented course where you will learn how to use the AI and virtual reality for the mobile phone-based virtual reality. So now we have helped them to develop the course, but offer it from IIT Mandi. So those of you who have not heard about this course, or if you have not registered for this course, you can register it. It is currently now open for registration. We are requesting all our students to take that course as well. While our course is covering the fundamentals, which is necessary for doing a research and innovation in virtual reality. But application development using the recent artificial intelligence techniques, that is going to be very useful if you take this particular course. We strongly encourage all the students to take this course. And we are strongly encouraging the students who are taking the other course to take our course as well. It's a combination. The package is what we are actually looking at it. Both this course go hand in hand. Okay, so I leave the stage to Professor Steve and Anna LaValle. Professor Steve, the stage is yours.
Hello. Hi, I'm Steve LaValle. I'm here with you hear me okay? I'm here with Anna as well.
Yes, we can hear you well.
Yeah, great. So let me just talk for a little bit about myself and about the course.
Yeah,
yes?
Steve, there is some kind of noise coming from your mic or speaker.
Okay, let me check on that.
Yes. Maybe the mic volume you can reduce a little bit.
Reduce a bit. Let's see. Is this better?
Yeah, there is no noise now.
Okay, do you hear me okay?
Just a little louder, please.
Make it louder, okay. You hear me okay?
Yes, now it is fine. There's no noise now.
Okay, I hope it's okay. All right, I'll try now.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you very much for the introduction. Welcome. I'm Steve LaValle. Anna LaValle is here too. She'll join in.
I'll join you in a bit.
We'll switch from one to the other. We were both early founders of Oculus VR. That was about 12 years ago. Maybe it was 13 years ago, 14 years ago, a lot of years ago, when we helped build that company and helped catalyze, let's say, a huge global revolution in developing virtual reality technology. And after that time, the company that acquired ours, Facebook, which is now called Meta, spent over $100 billion US to develop this technology further. And they've made a lot of improvements, but they've largely moved away from it because it's so challenging. It's filled with so much great potential to change the way we do things in almost all aspects of life, whether it's personal interaction across great distances, whether it's virtual travel, education, medicine across distances, many different kinds of things. Of course, there's all kinds of gaming applications as well. But people have had a really hard time with this field because it's very rapidly evolving. The technology is always changing. And the part that people seem to get stuck with the most are the fundamentals. We really have to understand how the human body works, how human vision works, how the human brain works, perception, physiology, all these kind of things become very important, and they need to be very tightly coupled with the devices that we engineer. We call the whole process perception engineering, in fact. What you're actually creating is a technology to deliver perceptual illusions that you control. These perceptual illusions will persist over some period of time, and you interact with what might be virtual worlds or copies of real worlds or some kind of strange mixtures, anything your brain and body can handle in some way. So the human becomes a very important part of that, and the fundamentals become very important for that. And that's something that a lot of these larger companies have mainly missed. I think people often get lost just in the current technology. Just look at the developer tools that we have, look at the software engineering tools and skills that are needed, and they think that everything in that space is going to solve the problem. But what's really important are these fundamentals. They're time invariant. They're as important now as they were in 2012 when Oculus was started, or even 30 or 50 years ago when some of this technology was barely being conceived and the earliest prototypes have been made. We still have very deep fundamental challenges in the fields of optical engineering, nanophotonics, delivering whole new display technologies and sensing technologies, but a lot of progress has been made. So this has a great opportunity to transform our lives, but it's also very rapidly evolving, and that's why the fundamentals are important. So I'm very happy that you've decided to join in on this course, and I think this will go very well, and it will provide a good complement to other kinds of things that you're studying. So with that, I will hand it over to Anna, who will give some more details. And I'm gonna share a slide here. I'll try to share your slides, right?
Yes.
See if we can do that.
Slide. Yep.
Share. What is that one?
Report and forgot.
There we go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so you can share that. I think. Can you see some slide?
Yes, we can see.
Great.
Okay. So, hi everyone. Thank you for taking our course. We're very excited about it. In fact, I'm so grateful for this collaboration with Professor M.Manivannan, a long-standing collaboration now of how many, maybe 5 years we've been working together, maybe 4 years, developing this course materials and adapting it to the needs of India, adapting it to the needs of NPTEL. And something really amazing happened through this process. As we were trying to brainstorm and trying to figure out how exactly we would teach this kind of course on virtual reality in India to you across different parts of India. So how can that even be done? Well, fundamentals, as Steve just mentioned, fundamentals of virtual reality have nothing to do with, maybe not, a lot of it has nothing to do with devices themselves. As part of the virtual reality system is the human body. So a lot of fundamentals can be taught without really looking at the hardware. It's more about understanding how our vision works, how our hearing works, how our haptics works. So, so we really, a lot of this material would not require any hands-on experience with virtual reality. However, to really give you the best experience, we would need to demonstrate how it works. We would need to provide you with the opportunity to actually try VR, right? And that brought us to the problem of most of the modern virtual reality systems are quite expensive. So we would not be able to buy virtual reality like Meta Quest devices or other devices to you to have this experience. So that's when something wonderful happened. We really had to figure out how to have frugal VR devices so that you guys can experience virtual reality without spending a lot of money. So Frugal VR was born because of this collaboration. So I'm very grateful for this, Professor M.Manivannan. This was really amazing. So now looking at my slide, what's Frugal VR? Frugal VR is any system, any virtual reality system that is affordable. In fact, when you translate Frugal VR to Finnish language, and we live in Finland with Steve, so we had to translate it so that we could communicate what we're working on with Finnish people. And the translation is literally VR for everyone. So Frugal VR is VR for everyone. anybody who lives maybe in remote parts of the world or don't have even maybe access to high-end headsets, not only because they are expensive, but maybe because they're just hard to understand how to use. They are bulky, cumbersome, and not necessarily beginner friendly for people who don't have much experience with technology. So Frugal VR is much easier because all you have to do is to have your own phone and put it in a cardboard viewer. So essentially a viewer with a pair of lenses. So usually it costs under 10 euros, this kind of viewers. And then the question was how to make it really work. And we will walk you in this course, we will walk you through the process of how to make pretty good quality virtual reality experiences work on this kind of devices. Which of course raises a question, why other devices are so expensive? Do they provide something extra? Yes, they provide maybe peripherals, they have controllers, they have higher frame rate sometimes, they have maybe higher resolution sometimes. Although nowadays phones also have pretty nice frame rate and resolution, and maybe they have more contents, maybe there's more infrastructure, right? For this kind of, maybe there's more games or something, more things to do, like Meta created all of this, like Horizon Worlds or whatever other. There's Steam, of course, for games as well, for VR games. So yes, there's more things to do in this kind of devices, but they cost more. But my hope is that we can, with you guys and with our efforts in Finland and with all of our collaborators, maybe we can develop more, cool things to do in Frugal VR as well. So that's the goal of the course. In fact, maybe Frugal VR is the future of VR. So that's something interesting to think about. So maybe I'll go to a little more slides with respect to what we do here in Finland with Frugal VR. You can see here, we actually, with my students here in Oulu, we have created quite a nice catalog of games that now we demo in various pretty large events. For Finland. Finland is a small country, but still we have pretty massive events happening here for high school students and middle school students as well. So you can see that me and my students, for example, gave more than 600 demos just a month ago in this Amazing North event in Oulu. And our games were really, really successful. In fact, I think this kind of kids, they barely see a difference. As long as there is a good content in Frugal VR, they barely notice a difference that they're not holding like an expensive headset, you know? So I want to again tie this back to the course that you signed up to, this course that you're taking. We will walk you through the process of creating this kind of experiences and this kind of devices. And I think it has so much opportunities to bring virtual reality to masses, you know, to more people than who can experience virtual reality in high-end HMD nowadays. So so that's really cool. So we're running these events with students in Oulu, and I hope we can, you know, create more educational materials like this. I hope we can create more games like this, and I hope that you guys, through this course and through your final projects, can help us with more ideas of how actually we can improve the content for virtual reality in general. But tied it back to fundamentals, without fundamentals, what this course is about, it's really impossible to know why virtual reality is bad. So without fundamentals, without really understanding all of the components of virtual reality system, including hardware, including your content, the game that you build, including the software, including the human body, without experience with this and without really understanding the differences, it's impossible to understand what goes wrong with the virtual reality experience. I can give you one really funny example of there was an event where participants were remote and they had high-end HMDs and they needed to join a virtual meeting. And one lady who wasn't really experienced with VR, so she didn't take the course, she didn't learn about fundamentals, she maybe never tried it or tried it once or twice before, she was complaining that she doesn't see anything. And it was really hard for other participants who maybe had more experience with virtual reality to help her, because it's really, there are too many things that can go wrong why she wouldn't see the content, right? So the answer was that, so what was the problem? The answer was that she just had hair in front of her eyes. So let that sink in. The thing is that we are sometimes so not aware of our own bodies that we may not understand that our own body is the reason why we see something wrong or something differently in virtual reality. So this course, the fundamentals, will be a lot about understanding our own bodies, what we see and how we see it, and how we process it, and what conclusions our brain makes about the content. So it's very, very important in order to create good VR and in order to make it comfortable for everyone, not just for yourself. So sorry I rambled for too long maybe, but in conclusion, thank you for taking the course. I hope you study and work hard on understanding the content. I hope you study and work hard on creating, like using our home, like on the practical side of the course, creating new content possibly for Frugal VR. And I hope you enjoy it. And yes, and I hope we can change the current status in virtual reality, where high-end devices, they just, they don't seem to be working. They don't seem to be the right thing to do in virtual reality. So anyway, I'll stop here and I'll give the mic to you, Professor M.Manivannan.
Thank you, Professor Anna. Thank you, Professor Steve. Thanks for the introduction and motivation.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I show some more slides?
Yes. Yes, Steve will change it. It's his PC. Just a second.
Yeah, sure. And please stay back for question and answer sessions.
Yes.
And yeah.
Oh yeah, right there. Stop sharing.
Thank you, Steve.
You're closer here, I guess.
Okay.
Is my screen visible? Can someone confirm?
Black for us.
No?
No, sir.
No, sir.
For you?
No.
Okay. No. Okay.
It's blank.
So I'm going to start it and I'm going to share, see how it is done. Desktop 1, desktop 2, share. Still it is blank. It is blank. Is it blank now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's still blank.
Yes.
Okay. I have problem in sharing it. I don't know why. Okay, basic. It's be advanced. Portion of the screen. Okay. All right. So I have some difficulty in sharing this slide. That's okay. So let me start with the particular one simple questions. How many of you believe that we are in the middle of a AI/ML wave? Everybody in the world is actually working in AI or wants to work in AI or was working in AI. How many of you believe that we are in the middle of a AI wave? Can you give me thumbs up if you believe that we are in a AI wave? Very good. Okay, I'm sure and everybody will agree with this. But what we are going to witness is that much bigger wave than AI ML wave, which we are seeing now, right? So that much bigger wave is going to be the one what we are going to now focus on it, AR VR wave. Why do I say that? Why AR VR wave is going to be much bigger than AI ML wave, right? So you must have heard about digital twin. These are the buzzwords. You must have heard about it. This is the latestly. These are the industry buzzwords which is buzzing in the social media, not only social media, even in the academia as well, right? Everybody is working on spatial computing. Everybody is working on physical AI, embodied AI, right? And digital twin. These are the latest concepts, correct? In all those things, if you look at it, what is one thing very common is the human intervention. Human is the center of the entire activity. Human has all of a sudden become the center of focus, right? Earlier, before this is AI wave or whatever it is, the technology was the focus, right? Now, all of a sudden, the human has become the center. That is why digital twin or physical AI, spatial computing, embodied AI, all those things put the human at the center, correct? And if you look at the other emerging technologies like blockchain, cryptography, 5G, 6G, edge computing, IoT, all these technologies are now combined in AR, VR and put the human at the center. By combining all this emerging technology, putting the human at the center, AR, VR is creating a very novel applications, right? Very interesting applications, which is not imaginable at all. We are going to show you several applications of AR, VR in our live classes later. So this possibility of combining all the technology, putting the human being, and is what making the AR, VR very special. We call this AR, VR as a horizontal technology, whereas all the other vertical technologies, AI, ML, and blockchain, 5G, edge computing, IoT, all those things are vertical technologies. AR, VR integrates all those technologies together and then puts the human at the center and then creates a novel application, correct? Therefore, when the human becomes the center, we need to understand the human better. If you want to design better systems, we need to understand the human who is at the center, because all the systems are designed for the human. But do we have the good understanding of the human behavior of the human being? Unfortunately, not. And this course, we are trying to understand the human behavior better, right? So human perception, particularly, we are going to now focus on the perception of the human being. Can we quantify the perception, measure it, and therefore we can improve on it? What are the different methods we can improve the perception and therefore the experience of it, right? That is the entire crux of this particular course, right? So when the next wave comes, the AR, VR wave comes, with our understanding of better understanding of the human being now perception, we will be able to now contribute much better. That is the whole idea of this particular course. In fact, in IIT Madras, we teach a course called psychophysics, right? Where we teach our students to measure the mental perception. Mental perception is assumed to be subjective, but how do we objectively measure the mental perception? That is what in the particular course. It's a one semester course, which our students learn in IIT Madras, focusing on the human perception. You can understand that the human perception is the central core of the entire virtual reality, the spatial computing, digital twin, physical AI, and other things. Correct? So if we want, only when we measure it, we can make a science of it. Only when we have a science of it, we can have an engineering of it. and therefore the technology, we can develop a better technology of it. Correct? So here in IIT Madras, we have this touch lab for the last 20 years, focusing on this human perception, and particularly on the sense of touch. Right. So we have the laboratory called Touch Lab or the Haptics Lab, which is the unique lab in India, started in 2005. So far, since I'm a professor of biomedical engineering, we are focusing on helping the doctors in getting the skilling, clinical skilling better through our technologies. Right. One small contributions what we may have is your Apple phone. If any of you are using the Apple phone, we have a very small contribution. When you touch the Apple phone and virtual buttons, you will get a very sharp touch feedback. That sharp touch feedback is coming from a small hardware in the Apple phone called the Taptic Engine. When you touch the Taptic Engine, the Taptic Engine along with the software there together is creating the very sharp touch feedback, which is much better than any other mobile phones, right? This hardware is designed by our students from IIT Madras. He has gone to Apple and developed it. We are very glad that he picked up the human perception concepts from here and then used it in designing this hardware. Right. Similarly, we have now several other interesting designs which we are going to see in the course of the other live classes. We will show you. We have a small contributions in the ISRO human space flight as well. We are going to see several medical simulations. We are going to see haptic-based digital twin, the database we are actually creating. Each of these applications we will see in detail now later. Correct? So not only we do research in AR, VR, but also we have a consortium of all these AR, VR startups and academia in India. The consortium is called CAVE, CAVE. CAVE is an acronym for Consortium of Augmented and Virtual Reality Engineering, CAVE. Right? So we have about 300 plus startup companies and then about 200 plus working professionals and faculty from all over India, engineering colleges. Right? The idea of this corridor is bringing all the stakeholders of AR, VR in India and then form a XR corridor. XR corridor is something like a now IT corridor. The entire world knows India as a IT corridor. But in the future, we wanted to make XR corridor. The whole world should know India as a XR corridor. For anything related to XR, it could depend on the India is what our dream is. In our dream, Professor Steve LaValle and Anna LaValle have joining, and they are helping us. They are the main pillars of this XR corridor along with IIT Madras. So we are very happy that they are also visiting faculty in IIT Madras and actively contributing to the design and development of this XR corridor. Okay, so under this part of this XR corridor, we are encouraging open source tool development as far as the XR is concerned. So in this particular course also, now we will be encouraging you to develop open source tools so that you can put it in the GitHubs and others can use, right? And just like a bar OS, just like a Android XR, we are developing the bar XR. We have the Shakti processor, and we will specifically develop for the Shakti processor for XR. Open hardware will develop, open headset will develop, open testbed. Now, India-specific Play Store for XR, something like a Meta Play Store or Google Play Store. Now, we have a XR-specific newsletter, XR-specific summit. We had XR-specific symposium we conduct. Last year, we had a XR symposium. And this year also, we are going to conduct a XR symposium. By the end of this course semester, maybe by November or December, we'll have this XR symposium, either in IIT Madras or in IIT Madras Zanzibar campus, right? So which is in Tanzania. We are going to conduct this symposium. We are going to invite the top performers of our NPTEL course to join us in the symposium with a complimentary pass, and also those who are regularly participating all the quizzes and assignments regularly and attending all the live classes, they are also going to be given a complimentary pass for this XR symposium. So that in the XR symposium, you will get to meet the industries, you'll get to meet the startup, and we'll get to meet all the thought leaders. Professor Steve LaValle and Anna LaValle are going to be with us, either here in IIT Madras campus or the Zanzibar campus. So I would request all of you to now keep this in mind, block the dates for this XR symposium, right, which we are planning. And also we have some announcement about this particular course, right? This is at the end of this course, we wanted to identify 20 participants of this course who could come for summer internship in 2027. It is going to be a paid summer internship, 8 weeks paid summer internship. You'll be given an accommodation as well as a small scholarship to practice whatever you have learned in this particular course. So this top 20 will be given a first priority to take up this summer internship, and the scholarship is going to be very small, but it is 30,000 for 8 weeks. I hope it is quite attractive, and as I mentioned at the beginning of this course, we would encourage all the participants of this particular course to take the application level course as well. Whereas we are looking at the only foundations and a little bit of applications, whereas our colleagues in IIT Mandi, which we have encouraged, they are offering a completely application-oriented course that is called SWAYAM CS186. The title of the course is Mobile Virtual Reality and Artificial Intelligence. We encourage all of you to take that course, and we are encouraging all those they are taking that course to take our course as well, so that our students are both good at in the fundamentals as well as the application level, right? So XR corridor needs to be formed with those who are both strong in the fundamentals as well as the application level. So I'm going to stop here, and we can invite some questions at this point of time if you have any. The questions can be addressed to just Steve LaValle or Anna LaValle or me. So please, either you can type in the chat box or now unmute yourself and ask the questions. Thank you. Who wants to go first? No questions at all? There is no.
I have a question then for them. Can somebody tell me why they signed up for the class?
Yes, that will be a very good question to ask. Each one of you can tell us why. What is the motivation for you to sign the course?
You can type it in the chat if you're afraid to speak
Yeah.
up, but you can speak up too, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. I have a question,
Should I?
similar question that I usually ask my
Okay.
students in the first class. Why did you sign up for the course? That's number one. Number two,
Yes.
did you try virtual reality before? And if yes, in which device and what it was? And number three, did you like it? Did you like virtual reality if you tried it? So please, let's discuss.
Okay, shall I call the names and then we'll go for each one of them? Maybe
Do
we'll
it.
go with
I don't know. That's what they get for not coming up
yeah.
with questions.
Let's
They
do
get-
it, yeah.
Neeraj Kumar, can you unmute yourself? Hey, Neeraj Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please ask questions.
So the reason why I took virtual reality, because honestly I felt because it's cool. Since I normally watch anime and those sort of things. So many people who watch anime find virtual reality cool and interesting. That's the reason when I saw this course, I signed up for it immediately on that day.
Okay,
And
thank
I
you.
honestly
Cool.
have curiosity about the course.
Did you try the
So, do you
VR
have a
before?
background in AR, VR? Yes.
Uh, no, actually I don't have much of the background, but I'm willing to spend time on it.
Okay.
5 minutes. Very good.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks, Neeraj.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, Aruna, yes.
Hello, sir. So, uh, I've gone through the virtual reality last time also, and foundations of AR and VR also. So the difference that I found is mathematical parts we included a lot. So I thought that will be very much helpful.
Very good.
Okay,
Yeah, we
very
definitely
good.
have some
Welcome.
mathematical parts.
Yeah.
So thank you.
We do have
Yes.
some math. I think you like it.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Pratisha, can you unmute yourself and then ask question? Pratisha. B. Pratisha. If not, Dilip Kumar.
Yeah, hi, sir. Mani, sir.
Good evening.
First of all, thank
Yes, sir.
you, and it's good evening. Thank you so much. Because I've been referring your name quite a lot now and then when people are working on technologies. I would tell Professor from IIT Madras, Professor Mani, sir, who tells that there's a bigger wave which is coming for VR. And I used to, because I've seen this sentence or this phrase in 2014, sorry, 2024, somewhere between May, these dates, I've seen that particular statement that you mentioned in some newspaper or an article. I felt okay. I was a little curious, and I never got a chance to meet or maybe know you more. Later on, when I came across this course, I felt very happy that I'm going to learn from the same professor whom I was trying to evangelize or advocate about the wave that you're trying to talk about. And I did work in the VR and AR previously. I worked on AR. In fact, we did a show of AR in 2018 where we did a live rendered show where we made some few it was in both interaction between the human and then the virtual elements. So we somehow pulled it off, and we did this show in front of our students, around 8,000 people. So we that was an experiment that me and my friend called Chris Turaja, we did it with an experiment, and we succeeded in that. In fact, we did it in twice. In 2018 onwards, we started making couple of AR, and later on 18 ending, we did VR simulation, a fire extinction simulation. Yeah, later, but we got into business and we didn't much develop in that. And then, as I am pursuing my PhD in the area of virtual reality, I was curious and I was going through the curriculum that you guys are mentioning. It was good. It was much needed for me. And then I thought I should take up the class and course. So that's how I ended up here. And thank you so much. Thank you both, Steve sir, and then Anand. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for taking
Nice to
the
hear from you.
course.
Thank you.
Yeah. Which
Thank you.
did you use Unity
Thank
for
you.
developing, or what did you use for developing your applications for fire extinguisher?
We used both Unity only, ma'am.
Unity.
And then Oculus we have used. That is a tower setup that we have used. So that gave us a very good outputs way back then, and it was the first experience that we had. And I felt that that experiential learning comes in that, particularly in that VR, where your experience is much broader and even intense. That's where the VR comes into the picture. I felt, and yeah, even I'm working in the learning, in the training and learning area. So I felt the VR is more apt for learning certain things that we cannot forget at all. If you are in AR, we have that experience that we had that beginning. It'll be fresh at any time, any point of time. So that's what I saw that experience. Yeah.
Okay, that will help you in the
Sure.
class that you know Unity. But thank you,
Correct.
thank you, cool.
Yeah. Thank you, Dilip, for the wonderful feedback. I think, with this feedback, I want to highlight one thing to all the audience. This course is designed for not only the fresh beginners, but also experts like Dilip. Dilip comes with so much of what you call experience, right? So even with the experience in Unity, many years of experience in Unity, this course is going to be useful because we are talking about the human perception, how human perception is actually used to design better virtual reality experience. That is what the course is going to be. So that way, I'm happy that Dilip find it interesting. I would encourage very experienced people who have not taken this course. In fact, we would request everybody who calls themselves as an expert in AR VR would take this course. They will benefit a lot at understanding the human perception. Thank you. Shall we go to Haripriya? Haripriya, can you unmute yourself? If not, Jay, can you unmute Jay? If not, Lakshmi Nair. Lakshmi Nair.
Hello, Professor. Can I go next?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Praveen. I'm a second year MSc scholar at the Department of Engineering Design. So why I have taken this courses for driver training. So we are developing a simulator as a part of my research work. So for that I'm using a VR headset. So to understand more about the VR, I have taken this course. So my area of research is human factors and VTX communications. So I'm trying to come up with some trying to find the problems and research areas and gaps in the VTX area, like how the VTX alerts is helping the drivers, okay, in the highway scenarios and in rural and urban scenarios. So how it is helping the drivers to not get into crashes.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
Very
So,
good.
Yeah, but the thing is, so I'm surprised, like because the founders and the core team of the Oculus is here in this course. So thank you so much for creating this course, and thank you so much, Professor Manivannan.
Thank
Do
you.
you have your own?
I thought yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, please
Go
go
ahead.
ahead, Anna, madam. Yeah,
Oh,
go ahead,
I
go
just
ahead.
I just wanted to ask if you have your own HMD then at home.
No, like I'm not using it at home. It's we have a lab, and our lab we have the VR headset. Recently, only we bought one. It's not a Meta or Oculus, so it's a different vendor from HTC.
HTC. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it's interesting. Driving simulators and flight simulators; those are both at the origins of virtual reality. Right? The technology was developed for training pilots because it's very very expensive and difficult, and to put them in the same environment over and over again, and then also for driving simulators as well. Here's an interesting challenge. The times I've come to India, I'm incredibly impressed with how an experienced auto rickshaw driver can maneuver around through the city with only like 1 centimeter of clearance all around. Is there any way you could possibly train someone in virtual reality with that level of fidelity so that you know exactly how the vehicle is going to behave, you know exactly its extent, so that so you could just pop me in. I could barely I drove an auto rickshaw around IIT Madras campus last time I was there, and it was all fine, but no way would I have that level of skill. So is there any way to bring my level of skill up to that level using virtual reality? I think given the technology today, I'd say no way, and it's impossible.
Haptics.
But
we
yeah,
need more haptics
and much higher level model, all kinds of things. What would we need? I put that to you as a bunch of students in my class.
So those who are not aware of it, Steve, when he was here, he hired an auto rickshaw for 2 weeks or 2 months actually. So and he was riding an auto rickshaw in the campus, right? I think he's the craziest auto driver in the campus. I would or visitor, I would say, right? Yeah, he came to our symposium in the auto rickshaw, driving all by himself. Okay, that was captured. But I have a question to Praveen. I thought the course flyer now highlights the fact that the instructors, Steve LaValle and Anna LaValle, are Oculus co-founders. I don't know how you missed it, or is it not highlighted enough?
It was highlighted, but I joined a bit late, and yesterday only I have enrolled to the course. So my guide
Okay.
suggested
All right,
that you take the course. It's a good one, so you take it. So yesterday only.
Okay.
Yeah.
No issues. Yeah, thank you. So let's go to Jay or Marie-Andre Kelaga, Haripriya, Samir Ban. Can you unmute yourself and tell us what motivated you to join the course? Sangeet Manoj Kumar, Srikanth.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead, Srikanth. Yes.
So basically, I'm a AI consultant and instructor. So I mean, previously a few years back, I trained on virtual reality, but I think that was for some kind of creative platform like HatchXR. So I guess I might have used the concepts of the virtual reality, but not really have developed any a real kind of application. So I was curious. I was going through the Swime portal, and I got interested in this. And yeah, it's a kind of creative course. I have read some articles about it, so that's how I have enrolled in this course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sure now you will find it useful. Yes. Yeah.
I hope
Yeah. Please go ahead, Steve and Anna. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to say thank you for enrolling, and thank you for. I hope you'll find it useful.
Yeah. Same. Thank you.
Samir, Sangeet, Manoj, finally Vaibhav. Okay, all right then. So, any other final words, Professor Steve and Professor Anna?
Go ahead. Well, I wanted to say that as we were, I've been teaching this material since we left Oculus and Facebook in 2014. And every year it's always slightly different, like, oh, virtual reality is again super exciting and popular, or it's the next big thing, or it's the current big thing, or then well, there's some crash in some sales or something, like, oh, maybe this year it's not so popular. So I think this is like the lowest popularity year for the virtual reality out of all the years that I've been teaching it. But for me personally, I think virtual reality should be it is very important and should be extremely interesting for you guys, and hopefully it is going to be the future soon. So I don't see how it can stay unpopular for too long. I just don't see this happening, because we know that we can already do a lot in virtual reality. There's already a lot of important applications developed. They're just not as, I guess, numerous. They're not as accessible to a larger portion of population. And I really hope that our course and the materials that you learn will help change that, so that many more people can enjoy virtual reality. And yeah, so I don't know. I hope this is motivating enough. I think virtual reality still is the big thing, even though AI is kind of like stepping on our toes a little bit in this particular moment.
Yeah, well, again, thanks for joining the course, and I think you'll find a lot of useful things here that'll survive the test of time as the technology keeps changing and evolving. Some things you can impact directly, some things are harder. I think what's astounding to me is that the most interesting experiences in VR that I've seen in over the last 10 to 15 years usually come from people just taking one or two creative steps in a completely different direction than what everybody else is doing. And it doesn't take a lot of resources for that. It just takes a lot of imagination and some confidence and passion. So I think there's a lot of good people in this class, and some of you will be able to do that, and maybe pioneer some completely new directions. Otherwise, if you just go with the flow like everybody else, then you'll make something, but it's really hard to stand out and make something innovative. And what's amazing is all it takes is one person with a good idea and a bit of creativity and a flair for these kind of things to go and push and do that. So have the confidence, do something unusual. Don't follow what everybody else is doing. Come up with something new. If you have a friend who's an artist, a passionate artist, or if you yourself are one, work with them or use your artistic instincts to make something really new. Artists are all the time pushing the limits of human experience and perception. And that's the kind of thing that needs to be done at this stage. So good luck to you.
Maybe one more thing that I wanted to add is virtual reality and AI. So if you ask even the best expensive models, large language models, about how to build a 3D environment, 3D model of something, AI is not really useful at this moment. AI doesn't have much data for this kind of 3D modeling and 3D creation, which means that this is a great opportunity, really. Building virtual reality is difficult because AI cannot help. But yet that means that you'll be really creating something novel, something important. And I think this is an important point, like to think about, like if AI doesn't know much about VR, that means there is so much still to do for us. And you can be the first one, like make a little step, like Steve said, and it can be the most creative step that is needed for VR that, you know, you'll be the first one. So good luck. Yeah.
Yes, I completely agree with Steve and Anna. AI, along with the XR, is going to make a very big impact in the coming days. So those of you who are very serious, now take both the course, XR course, what our foundation course, and now the AI course, AI XR course that IIT Mandi is offering. Now, I would no, as Srikanth was saying, is coming from the AI background, so he will find it very interesting to learn the fundamentals from this course and then use the fundamentals to make it as a generative AI or agentic AI, and those fundamentals learned in this course could be very, very useful in making the next leap for the better applications. The future is unlimited. Sky is the limit. So now we are willing to help. Those of you are very passionate, and with that, I thank all the participants and Steve and Anna also for joining us. and looking forward to seeing in the course regularly. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Enjoy the course.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy the course.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.